All right, everyone. So I'm catching a little bit of glare here, but I got a lot to cover real quickly. Well, I'm going to cover it pretty quickly. This is just a week ending recap, and I just want you to understand that we are blessed. We are so blessed with Diamond VIP. And I wanted to go ahead and reinforce the business model, the motto, right? So to give you an idea why, just so you know, Bernie Moreno now is he just won the primary for Senate in Ohio. So just so you know, this is where some of this information. This is where I'm kind of getting it from. This is what I gleaned from working with him side by side at the dealership, right? And so at the dealership, our motto was to be known as a place of delight, where engaged team members took personal ownership in each client's experience with the goal of creating positive memories. To be known as a place of delight, where in each team member took personal ownership in every client's experience with the goal, regardless of their role, with the goal of creating positive memories. I'm sorry about that. Wasn't distracted, just my computer screen moved. I got a definition up there of disruption, right? So to be known as a place of delight, this is Mercedes-Benz and Ford Mitchell. This was the Collection Automotive Group's motto. And this man had grown this whole dealer group from, my goodness, from one lonely dealership in 2006 that was only selling 12, 13, 19 cars a month. I think they maxed out 19 cars a month in Cleveland, Ohio. And then within just a few years, they're like the top dudes from Pittsburgh all the way to Colorado. And he did it right. He said, you know what? We're going to create a Walt Disney World style way of selling Bentleys, Rolls Royces, Mercedes-Benzes, Porsches, and all these vehicles, right? And then you know that he went on in 2015 to accept cryptocurrency for payment. And now, you know, it says he's worth hundreds of millions. I'm not going to deny that, but I know that's probably liquid cash, just to be real with you, because in cryptocurrency, I can guarantee you he's probably pretty close to a billionaire at this point, right? But I don't know that for sure. So it is what it is. He's worth a lot of money. So he knew what he was talking about, which led me to come up with and embody my own version of that for Diamond VIP. What was going to be our mission statement? And I need you to understand this, because you got to understand this is the thing that when people meet you, they are like, oh my God. So you see my business card. My business card is top notch. Michelle Roberts she just left actually. She's back in Houston now, but she came out for the Jodeci concert. So she had a chance to meet me in person with a couple of her friends over at, I think it was the Cannery over in North Vegas. And so as we met, I handed her my business card and she was like, whoa, this is amazing. And all her friends were saying the same thing. Those cards cost me roughly $4 per card. Sounds a little excessive, right? No, it's not, because I'm considering the cost of making a first impression. And because my card has the stock of, hey, I'm serious about my business, I've had people say stuff like, I know you're serious about it, bro, because you wouldn't have handed me this card. So by the next time I meet with them, they're ready to hear whatever it is I want to say. That has a lot to do with understanding disruption. Now, disruption, I'm going to give you the definition of disruption, is a radical change to an existing industry or market due to technological innovation. No industry is immune to digital disruption. And you would agree, cryptocurrency is a digital financial disruption, correct? All right. So while you were sleeping, people have been making billions and billions of dollars in cryptocurrency. Matter of fact, I got a tip from Nico. Nico, he couldn't even tell me how much he's made since he gave me that tip, but it's a ridiculous amount. And it has to do with if you have the capacity, which most people don't, to have risked hundreds of thousands because you've already made millions in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or whatever it may be, you're sitting pretty right now, right? But here's where you get the benefit of the halving. The halving is a burn off of coins or tokens, right? So you're going to see, I think it's like 40,000 or block, right? When it hits that, which will be about middle of April, and I'm giving you a tip, you don't want to invest then, you want to invest now so that you have some skin in the game before it hits. And you want to ride out the cycle, right? So where do you ride out the cycle? You're just riding it in Bitcoin? No, you want to ride it some in Bitcoin, but some in other alternative coins. You can look at the top 10 coins if you want to be a little more cautious. You know, you can do like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, all those kinds of things, XRP, Solana, Cardano, all that stuff, and ride it out. Or you can take a chance on something a little bit more high risk, and that's with a little bit more volatility. And that's all I really want to talk to you guys about is disruption. But what's the best way to disrupt? Say it with me, with other people's money. You don't want to do it with your money. You know why? I mean, I don't want to tell you you're broke, but in some cases it's just tough, man. Maybe you need to just pay your bills. You need to put money into, you know, different things, whatever it may be. Your children, something's always coming up. You have emergencies, right? So within our structure with Diamond VIP, just recapping the week, not only have I feel like I've cracked the code for you, 100%. I'm going to show you a way to use other people's money. OPM, other people's money. Now, on a higher level, that means leveraging, let's say like you're doing real estate or something like that. You're using the bank's money. You're not using your own money. But here, I'm going to show you how to generate money from a little bit of nothing, as low as $10. That's when I get excited, right? When I start saying things like $10, and some of you are going to say, he's probably talking about Live Good. Nope, not. I'm talking about SoFi Bank. It's going to be very simple. This is just a referral, and I don't want you to get out there. And my warning to you, because you probably don't understand banking, is you don't want to market it. You're not going to market this on the internet. You're not. This is person to person. This is your friend, your family member, whoever who can benefit from additional money, right? So you can invest. It says on their site as little as $10. I would highly recommend probably $20, $25, maybe $50, right? But as soon as you do that, they're allowing $25 back to you once you set up that account. Now, you're given a referral link. You don't want to just blast and spam that link out to a bunch of people or put it on social media. They're warning you against that. That's part of the rules and regulations. But what you do want to do is you want to explain it to someone else and then hand them the link and let them try it out for themselves. For me, $10 is free trial money. Who really cares, right? But if you had $10 and then suddenly your $10 becomes $35, 24 hours or 48 hours after you entering the money in, now that should be enough to you to say, okay, this must be working, right? Now, I got some neat thoughts for you here. First off, I've known about this for about 5 months. I really have. I don't care about making new money. That's going to sound crazy to you, right? All right. So you know about the quadrant, right? Right? That quadrant that we're all in. And, you know, really, I'm at the investor cycle now. I'm not employed by some company. And that's really the worst way because you have zero leverage. I'm not a boss where I'm leveraging off of my people, right? I'm not even an entrepreneur or a small business owner where I don't have any leverage and I'm just getting it from, you know, transactions. I'm actually more in the investor lane. And in that of the 4 quadrants, where you really want to be is where your money works for you. So my mindset is when I wake up in the morning that I'm smart enough to find ways for my money to work for me. Now, when you do that, and then you can add in there OPM. So I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say I told you about SoFi and you took all of the money, all the resources, and you spent it the first round. That's the wrong way to do it. I'm sorry. They're allowing you to earn up to $10,000 in referrals. Now I believe that's total referral. So it'd be about 100 referrals, but that's a lot, guys. Now you would say, oh, it's benefiting the business. Of course it is. Of course it is. No one's doing anything for free anyway, right? Welcome to the capitalistic system. However, I know where you can put the money. What if I told you I know where you can put the money? And these are separate entities. Gold and silver, Forex, ding, real estate, bing, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and stocks. That, my friend, is the code. But each one of those things I said to you vary in amounts of entry. So the lowest point of entry would probably be the cryptocurrency. And here is why. If you can think about making a $50 investment that in say 3 months or 4 months or 6 months has the potential to go up 21,000%, which is $11,000, just so you know, for those. Okay. So in my personal brain, when I think about that, I'm like, wow, then crypto would be probably one of my better moves, especially with a 30-day halving coming up. Because even someone who doesn't understand cryptocurrency and is really bad at it is going to make some money. And whether it's 250 off the 50, whether it's thousands off the 50, whether it's $10,000 or whatever it is, every single person has the ability to make something. However, what if I had a way with iFlip where you can put $500? So let's take the person who earns 1,000. They only put 50 in. They have 1,000. You could take 500 of that, invest it in iFlip, and for $7 per month, you actually are investing in the stock market with AI. Ding, 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 ding. Now, when I think about that, I think about the fact that you only invested 50. So you're still in the money because you got 500 left in the market to earn additional money working for you. And now you've diversified because you put some in the stock market too. That's how I think, which we can talk about that. That's just strategy. And there's no guarantee on any of this when you're doing a strategy. However, I think one is better than two. One in the market, the cryptocurrency market, one in the stock market in iFlip. And let's just be honest, you don't get an opportunity to be in the stock market for $500. You really don't, and not have something manage the money for you, and probably not have AI manage the money for you and then pull it out of the market before disruption happens. You know, obviously it's not a perfect system, but let's say you earn as little as 5%. 5% is better than nothing. All right. So we have real estate too. Now that's something that Trenton brought to us. He found a company out of the Money Show, just like we'd found Positivity out of the Money Show. So it's very similar. It's low entry, but now you get to invest like a real estate investor. All right. Let's continue talking about other people's money. Okay. So we talked about stocks, right? With iFlip. We talked about real estate. We talked about Bitcoin. Now here's something that's a little more, you're going to have to get involved in the Forex community. E-Economy just had their meeting. Now, they also use Echo, which is also a type of AI that you can use to trade, but it's still going to take you a little time. And when you're doing that, you have to understand you're not going to earn. There's no millionaires overnight. There is no such thing. However, in the recap of this week, you got me, right? And so my willingness to plug you into these ideas and these thought processes goes through the roof. Because I'm blessed to have access. Dr. Pauline invited me to a C-Suites meeting, and I need you to look up C-Suites. Do your due diligence, look it up. And what you will find is that's a group of CEOs. Now let's get back to what I said earlier about Bernie Moreno, right? So what is our motto, right? What if? I need you to know this, and I need you to think about this. And I need you to consider yourself the CEO or the owner of a company when you say this. What if you could invest in people like some people invest in the New York Stock Exchange? All right. Now, why is that important? Because when I went to C-Suites at a mansion, mind you, resort style, with a tennis court in the back, I said to the gentleman up front, who I didn't realize was Randy from iFlip, or the lady, Trisha, who's the CEO of C-Suites. And I said, I have Diamond VIP, which is a mastermind. They said, great, we have many masterminds here. Awesome. So what is the idea of this mastermind? So you're clear. I'm not a network marketer. I don't think in network marketing terms. That's not how I think. I want the most provocative thinkers humanly possible to include themselves in a room with you with average Joes so you can gain the advantage if you so choose. That's all I'm really doing with Diamond VIP. Not trying to make $1 bazillion off of you, nothing like that. I'm trying to offer means of solution as if I were actually you, because I was you. I was actually worse than you. I was homeless. And so let's think of homeless Brian hearing about SoFi with the ability to actually earn up to $10,000 just referring a link to someone else using other people's money. But he's not just $10,000, now let's go eat. No. It's $10,000 and, oh, you know what? I can take 500 and put it over here. Really, honestly, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 different things. You can earn up to $10,000 and only have used, I would say, up to 500 in each. But when it comes to crypto, you could 50, 50, 50. You can do that 10 times, right? In 10 different things, right? Something is going to bless. I promise you. It's inevitable at that point because we're at the right time in the cycle. Now, there was a gentleman from Ernst & Young, used to work with Ernst & Young, and now he's worked in the crypto cycle. And he began talking about all the things from presidential elections to BRICS to the halving. And I told you this in the beginning. 2009, January 2009, Bitcoin came out. $12.26 is what the first halving was in 2012. You don't have to look up what presidential cycle that was. It is one. 2016, it was $1,100, right? So how much from $12 to $1,100 is that? What percentage? That's an amazing percentage. Take that $12 divided into 1,100, you have your number. That's the percentage, right? 100% of 12 is 24. It just keeps going and going and going and climbing. Now, then when I met you, from 1,100 to 6,100, that's over 550% when I met you. It had gone up. So from 2016 to 2020, it went up 550%. I'm not talking about the highs and the lows in between. Who cares? I'm talking about 4-year term to 4-year term. Got it? All right. Now, from 6,100 in 2020 to where it sits today, which is 65,000, guys. Come on. You have to see this. That's over 1,100%. Why am I excited? Because the next 4-year cycle is 2024 to 2028. Take 65,000 and maximize that 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. How much money is that? That's why I'm excited. And we have yet to reach the actual halving, which they're estimating it could go up to 90,000, maybe 100,000, who knows, right? I don't really care because I know that it pushes every single one of the altcoins. So whether you have $50 and you're just investing in an altcoin, or you have $60,000 and you're investing in one crypto or Bitcoin, you're going to earn something if you play the game properly. When it begins to, you look at your highs and your lows, there's a time frame in there, and you look for a maximum high. You don't want to wait until the maximum high, otherwise you've lost. And I can teach you what that means, no worries. All right, so they introduced me to Jeffrey Hayslett. Now, Jeffrey wants to meet us and our team. They got super excited because I used that one thing. What if you can invest in people like some people invest in the New York Stock Exchange? Now, what do my cards look like? They're top quality. Any one of you can ask for those. I'm going to have Michelle do a video with one of my cards in her hand so she can explain to you the quality that I use. I spend real money on these. $500, $600, $700 for 1,000. And I do it because I know the value of standing out. I've been experienced in business. I know how it goes. And I really, honestly, a lot of the phone calls I get back is because my card's so supernatural. I'm serious. It's so amazing to them. They're like, yeah, let me call this guy back. Shoot, this is standing out. The gold shines, guys, off of my card. It's not a joke. Stefan can talk about it. That's why he ordered some, because he actually saw the card. So he gets it, and so should you. Now, before that, I spoke to Kevin Scanlon. Now, we're still using other people's money here. And Kevin grew up in the rough part of New York City, and he works with Prime America. He has agreed to do a meeting with our group. All right. In this Kevin meeting, he talks about index funds and mutual funds. You can use as little as $10 a month, right? So we're just trying to get you guys to think long-term and then, of course, short-term. Now, when it comes to C-suites, you ain't got to do nothing. I'll do it. Right? I get access into real estate investing. When I was listening to these courses, guys, these different things that they were bringing, it's like bringing Kevin O'Leary to your door. He's just sitting right in front of you where your TV is and giving you all the tips and everything. So that was my goal with Diamond VIP. Maybe you can't afford $99 a month. Maybe you don't have access to get into C-suites. No, maybe no one's calling you. But they called me, and therefore they called you. Now you have access if you just listen. That's it. Real simple, dimple stuff, right? Now, there's a whole nother session that I'm going to talk about what we have politically with Doc Walls and some of the inroads we've been doing with New Hollywood. But guys, this is the season for you. Please don't pass this up. God bless.